And I am Kristine Stevenson. I'm an enrolled agent, as Matt says. I do not work for the IRS. I represent individuals and businesses in front of the IRS as an enrolled agent. So you don't have to. But I left my IRS agent hat at home, and with me, I'm wearing my personal finance expert hat, my coaching hat. A lot of people don't understand, well, what's what coaching? It's sort of a little nebulous. So oftentimes it's best to give examples. And so a quick example of that, how I help people in a capacity as a financial coach. I met with a lady here in Temple about 2 weeks ago. She's 74 years old. She's going to be retiring soon, and she'll be on a fixed income. It's not just Social Security income. She has some other income coming in, but she's heading into retirement at age 74, and she has $40,000 of debt. The good thing is she owns her home, so she doesn't have a house payment, but she has $40,000 of debt, and we were talking about ways for her to eliminate that as quickly as possible. So in the space of about 30 minutes, we're talking, and I said, gee, if you do these things, and I showed her what to do, you can pay off all of your debt, all $40,000 by January of 2024. That's 15 months from today. That's pretty good, especially in my mind at age 74, to be able to pay off $40,000 of debt with zero change to her lifestyle. She can maintain what she's doing now.
Nice.
As she heads into retirement. First of all, in her head, I said, before I gave her the results of what I was doing with her money, I said, how long do you think it will take to pay off $40,000? She said, oh, that's like a car, owning a car. I don't know, it's going to take 5 or 6 years. And I said, what if I could show you how to do it in 15 months? She's like, wow, that'd be amazing. That's what we did. That's what coaching is. It's helping. That's what I do with personal finances. I show people how and what to do with their money that she really had no idea. And so I bring that clarity. I show people how to do these things, be intentional with the use of your money. I was thrilled for her that in 15 months she would have the peace of mind. All that debt is gone, and she's completely debt free at that point, and she owns her house. So all she has is her income and her regular bills that we all have, gas. But what I wanted to focus on today is emergency funds. I have a client, again, up in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, really sharp young man. He busts his butt working 50 to 60 hours a week at his place of employment, and he has a side hustle he's developed. And he uses his truck to pull a trailer, which is part of his side hustle. So last Saturday, he sent me a text message. He says, on a side note, Murphy showed up yesterday, and I need to replace the transmission on my truck. I was bummed out for a bit, but thanks to the emergency fund, it's just an inconvenience.
Wow.
So you can't see the listening audience, but show of hands, please. How many of us could say that replacing a transmission on a truck is, quote, just an inconvenience?
No. Kristine Stevenson, enrolled agent with the IRS, is in studio with us. This is her day. This is her time to tell you what she can do for you. And she does a fantastic job. So Kristine, I want you to continue to tell everybody.
Thank you, Matt. So if you're just tuning in, I've been talking about personal finance, specifically emergency funds. And if you're struggling with money, or even if you're not struggling with money, you're blessed with lots of money and you're trying to figure out what to do with it, please call me. I'm at 737-234-0196. I give everybody 60 minutes of complimentary coaching, and you would be amazed what can be accomplished inside that hour. So I'm happy to talk with you. So call me at 737-234-0196. But you have to call me. I need skin in the game, and the first part of that is giving me a call. Back to emergency funds. I want to define a little bit what is not an emergency. Oh, we have to buy Christmas gifts because we realize it's December 1st. We all know that Christmas is coming. It pretty much happens every year about the same day, December 25th. If we start planning in advance of that, we have money to buy gifts and food and whatever it is we need at Christmas. So Christmas is not an emergency. Your spouse or significant other's birthday is not an emergency, although sometimes if you forget, it may feel like an emergency. We plan for these things in advance so we have money to do the things we want to do with our spouse or our significant other. Your kids' school functions, their after-school sports programs. Kids' stuff at school can just nickel and dime you. I had 4 kids. We've done the wrapping paper. I mean, you name it, we've done it. And all these little $25 and $30 and $40 expenses, for the field trip, you need $25, whatever. All these little nickel and dime expenses, those are not emergencies. We build these things into a budget. So examples of real emergencies, as Bill was describing, your transmission needs replacing. That's an emergency, a medical expense. My son was here in Temple 3 months ago. He was on someone's roof doing some repair work, stepping back to take a picture of it, and he stepped off the roof.
Oh.
And he's 6 feet tall, and to the ground is 9 feet. So effectively, he fell 15 feet. And by the grace of God, the only thing that happened to him was his collarbone broke. And so that was easily repairable. But I rushed to get him. We went to the hospital. We're sitting in the hallway. He's on morphine, and some nice little young lady comes by and says, well, how would you like to pay for your emergency visit today, sir? I'm thinking, what? But that's another story. Anyway, he whips out his credit card and cha-ching, $900 just to enter into the emergency room. So medical expenses are a frequent emergency. We will all experience, if you're a homeowner, your water heater's going to give out at some point. If you have owned a home, if you're planning on owning a home, you need an emergency fund for a water heater. And it's just going to give out. And the emergency fund, the thing that I recommend for most people is to build up an account of $1,000. Is $1,000 going to cover a truck transmission replacement? No, it's not. But it's a buffer to act between you and life to keep you from using a credit card. You're dealing with the emergency, whatever it is. And now by using credit cards, because many people finance their emergencies, you've gone into debt. Building your emergency fund. How do you do that? If you think about $1,000 and you break that down, really it's about $30 a day. So if you think of your daily life running around, where are you dropping $30 that may be extraneous money? You can drop $30 at any fast food restaurant in a heartbeat. If you got a couple of kids in the car, you come back from a soccer game or football practice, $30 is nothing. So if you take that $30 and put it in the bank, boom, there's a little seed money. Where else? All the foo-foo coffee that people like to drink, all the running into gas stations while your car is filling up with gas. What do you buy?